Hello everyone, and welcome back to my video blog. As I was scouring my archive, I came across this photo from 2018. That white, slimy looking sac is actually a tiny little parasitic flea that was dug out of my big toe. It is called the Tunga penetrans. It has various common names throughout its geographic distribution, like the pico or the nigua, the chigger flea, sand flea, and in Yanomami it is called the nihuuna. Native to the tropical Americas, it has made its way into other parts of the world due in part to the transatlantic slave trade, so it is commonly found in sub-Saharan Africa. They have quite the lifestyle, and I find it amazing. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about their pathological manifestation known as Tungiasis and my personal encounter with the Tunga penetrans. Stage 1. The adult female is hungry and ready to make some baby fleas, so it attaches itself to the skin and begins burrowing into the epidermal layers. After about a half hour or so, it begins making its permanent residence there, and the only visible structure you can see is its rear end along with its reproductive organs. It is here where the male attaches itself and copulates, and then soon after, it dies. Generally, you don't feel the flea penetrating the skin, but some do say that they feel an itchiness or a small bite. But in the Amazon, I was getting bitten by thousands of mosquitoes and gnats and some ticks, so I wasn't really taking much notice to the bite of a tiny flea. I believe I was a little bit more susceptible to the nigua because I have soft baby feet from years and years of wearing shoes and socks. The Yanomami, on the other hand, have jungle-hardened soles with layers of thick, tough calluses, and I think this helps protect them from invading creatures. Funny, I'm often asked how do I prepare or train to go to the Amazon, and one part of it is that I go running barefoot to try to help toughen my feet a little bit, but to no avail because every time I go down there, they are victimized by these niguas. Now we're at stage 2. The female flea has nestled itself in and is now engorging on your blood. And as it takes in the blood, its abdomen gets bigger and bigger. And at this point, you often feel the pressure as a result of the enlarged abdomen. You start feeling a little bit more itchy, maybe start seeing some inflammation. You know that gratifying feeling when you have an itch and you just can't quite reach it, so you have someone else take care of it for you, or maybe you find a tree that helped scratch that itch? Yeah, it was like that feeling. But again, I was just constantly being attacked by mosquitoes and gnats, so I don't remember feeling any pleasant itchiness. Stage 3. At this point, the flea has grown from 1 millimeter in size to about 1 centimeter in size. And volume-wise, it has increased its size by a factor of 2,000. It's feeding, it's pooping, it's feeding, it's pooping, all the while releasing its eggs into the environment so that its progeny can go ahead and continue its life cycle. At this stage, one often feels intense itchiness or pain from the swelling and inflammation. When I was infected with Tungiasis in 2018, I remember experiencing this weird kind of like creepy feeling where some alien object is inside you growing and moving and writhing about. I estimated that my Tungiasis was at stage 3 when I just simply couldn't handle it anymore, so I called upon one of my nephews to come dig it out. Come take a look. When I was researching the treatment of Tungiasis, a common thing I came across was that one should not damage the flea or severe inflammation will ensue. Well, You can see from this video clip that we obliterated that flea. My first thought after they dug it out was, crap, I am going to get an infection. Because in the jungle, every cut, every scrape gets infected. I don't have the same kind of microbial protection against infections like the Yanomami do. Well, sure enough, severe inflammation did ensue, and I was in so much pain. It got to the point where it was very, very difficult to walk. You know when you hurt a toe or a finger, and then for some reason, when it's injured or when it's healing, you somehow always stub that particular toe or finger? Well, the same thing happens in the Amazon. When I ventured out into the forest, it seemed like I was always stubbing my toe against a tree or getting caught in a vine. And I remember I was in so much pain and filled with so much anger that I would let out loose a stream of expletives, and then after I was done, I glanced over my family and they just erupted in laughter, and that made me laugh. And then so the comic relief was kind of my anesthetic, so I just sucked it up and kept moving. And you know, walking is everything for the Yanomami people. I mean, they're called the foot people. Everything that you need to do, task, involves walking, going to the garden, hunting, fishing, getting water. So having an injured foot can really impede your way of life in the Amazon. The next two stages of Tungiasis I never personally experienced, but basically the flea does eventually die and your skin begins its healing process, and ultimately the flea carcass is expelled. So Tungiasis is generally a self-limiting disease, self-resolving condition. But secondary complications are always a risk, like bacterial infections or ulceration. It's really not that uncommon. Everyone that I know that has traveled to Yanomami territory or lives in Yanomami territory has had a nigua infect their skin at some point in their lives. Well, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of something. For me as a biologist, I just find it absolutely amazing. Life is just crazy, right? From the microscopic to the macroscopic level. And I look forward to learning more and sharing more with you all. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for watching. Bye.